Right. So mental game, right? So you just basically said that, what do I have to do when I go to the course or I'm playing in a tournament, and all of a sudden, like the ball isn't doing like what I want it to do, right? So I think one of the biggest things that you can do is really embrace and accept how hard golf actually is, right? So I think we're like conditioned these days, like every time the ball hits off the toe or the heel or like hooks or slices or something crazy happens, they go like, oh no, because I'm a good player. I'm used to like hitting the ball on the center of the face. But Jack Nicklaus said, and this is one of the things that that I really like. Like Jack Nicklaus was my hero, right? So obviously Jack Nicklaus is old and retired relative to your generation, right? But he's still the greatest, ever to play, at least by the record books. And when I was really young, if I didn't hit the ball well, like I just said to myself, like, there's no point in being out here. I just wanted to like withdraw from the tournament and all this stuff. But then I heard Jack Nicklaus say, I won a lot of tournaments with different swings, right? Which basically means that relative to like his whole body of work, he understood that golf is hard, his swing is always evolving, right? And with as many tournaments as he's entering, he's not always going to have his best stuff, right? The key is knowing which direction your golf ball might be traveling, right? So if you go out there to the practice range and every ball is slicing right or hooking left, like on the range is not the time to try and figure out how to change all that before you go tee off. You have to accept that, today the ball is just kind of going that way, and then try and play that ball flight. So if you know which way it's curving, then you can manage your way very easily around the course. Aim left and have it just curve back to the middle of the fairway or curve back to the green. Or if you were hooking the ball, it would be just the opposite. The other thing you got to do is you always have to remember that in order to win, you got to dig deep and you got to be a competitor. That means like when you go to the first hole, you got to say to yourself, you know what? The ball isn't flying the way that I want it to, but I'm going to find a way to get that thing in the hole, right? And if that means, changing the kind of shot I'm hitting, if that means like, you know what? Every time I make my regular swing, the ball slices, but when I go more three-quarter, and if I hit a knockdown shot, I feel like the ball flies straighter, just hit that shot all day, right? There's no rules associated with getting the ball from point A to point B. So one of our mantras is, what's the shot I know I got? Right? Do whatever it takes to get the ball from the tee to the fairway, to the green, and in the hole. And sometimes, like, when things aren't going well, you can actually flip that around and have fun. Like, take it as a challenge. Like, I don't have my best stuff, but I am still going to crush every girl in the field today, right? And when we get done, right, and they talk about how great they played and how they gave it all they got, and I'm still holding that trophy, I'm going to say, I didn't have my best stuff, but I found a way to get it done, right? And you hear that a lot sometimes, in PGA Tour golf. Tiger Woods, he's won a million tournaments where he goes, you know what? I didn't have my best stuff, but I really feel like I put together a good round. So I think from a mental perspective, number one, golf is hard. Embrace it, let it soak in, accept it. You're not always going to have your best stuff. Just because you don't have your best stuff doesn't mean you still can't win. And when things are going sideways, like take that as like a personal challenge, like from above, like, oh really? This is what I got today? All right, I got you. I'm still gonna find a way to like grind it out and get that golf ball in the hole. And I know it's hard to do because when I was your age, if I just hit it poorly, I was like, Mom, pull me out of this tournament. But I think if you go in there with that mentality, right, you'll show a certain level of mental toughness and then you'll still have fun, right, amidst the challenge, right? So one of the things we like to say is you got to find joy in the struggle, and that's never been more true in a sport like golf because it's so darn hard. All right, so let's just try and do those couple of things. All right, and the next time you come back, we can talk about more like specific practices relative to pre-round prep and pre-shot prep. But I think that right now it's all about like, hey, when things aren't going well, how do I play today? And I think just like taking it on and embracing that, it's not a bad thing, it just is. Let's find a way around it, is the best thing in terms of step one.